Tarnished. I feel like we've been on this journey for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
My name is Lord Ansbach, and I just care, you know? I just want the right people to win. I want my friends to be happy. And yeah, okay, I worship a dude named the Lord of Blood. I served a dude named the Lord of Blood. Doesn't sound good, but maybe it sounds heavy metal. And I also cut Miquella's face one time, so big dick energy over here, Sir Ansbach.
Swinging it around.
Yeah, I'm just swinging it around. They call it the obsidian lamina.
Obsidian. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's the name of. I call it the Reaper.
The Reaper. Hey, what's up? It's Freyja here. Normally, I'd want to fight.
Lady Freyja.
Yeah, normally I'd be looking for a fight.
You're always angry.
I am. I'm always angry, but for the last week, I've had the scarlet rot, so I've been sleeping a whole bunch.
And it's not the scarlet gut rot.
No, not the scarlet gut rot.
No, that's like a different form of scarlet rot. That happens often in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the cheese and high life, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
No, I thought I had the death blight for a few days, but can't keep old Freyja down.
You have very good constitution.
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Well, you guys know what this episode title was. You know where we're at. We're at Enir Ilim. We're at the end of our journey.
The precipice.
The precipice of the end here in the Land of Shadow. Of course, it doesn't mean the end of Elden Dogs, where Elden Ring goes on forever.
It is eternal.
There's a whole other game coming.
We haven't even done the bestiary or the armaments or anything.
No, and they're ready. And we'll talk about that later. But for Enir Ilim, let's talk about Shadow of the Erd Tree, the DLC. So the mandatory path to get to Enir Ilim, you have to fight Mesmer. Now, you arrive in the DLC, you go straight. You avoid going through Castle Ensis. You avoid going through Castle Ensis, and then you go up around. You take the Spirit Spring up, and then you're able to sneak through the back into the Shadow Keep. Now, this will take you up to Mesmer. You can avoid fighting the old Crocagator up front. Mesmer's required because you need his kindling. And then you also have to fight Romina. So you do have to go through the Rao ruins, and then eventually you fight her. But those are the only two mandatory bosses required to get into Enir Ilim. Yeah.
I was a little frustrated with the DLC when I first started playing, because if you remember when we first started this journey,
Yeah.
I mainlined it essentially straight to Mesmer. Just going naturally how I thought I was supposed to go. And I mean, that is how you're supposed to go. That's going to continue the story. But then I had to backtrack and do a lot of exploring.
Yeah.
And I was frustrated for the longest time because I was like, the game kind of was a little too blatant on where you're supposed to go, what looks interesting and what you're supposed to do.
This is video games, though, Tyler.
Well, then I really thought about it, and then I was playing as my Wretch character.
Yeah.
My brand new build that I'm having a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
And I was in Limgrave again for the first time in a long time.
Isn't it wild going back?
And the game is the same way. It is very clear on where you're supposed to go. I think you just got to take some time. I should have taken some time to smell the roses.
Well, I think maybe part of the problem was you were rocking a pretty good build. The Blasphemous Blade will.
I was melting dudes.
You'll melt dudes. And if you're not running into walls, then you might not be going to look elsewhere. I've learned from video games a long time ago. If there's the hallway that looks like the right way, I go the other hallway to go see if there's a chest at the end. And there's not a worse feeling than when you take what you think is the wrong way and it's accidentally the right way. And you're like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
What is out there? And so when it came to Shadow of the Erd Tree, I kind of just would like hug the entire left of a place and then see all of the, as far as I can go. And then I would like go and do all the east side. I would kind of just, slowly cover the whole map. And so I didn't run into any issues, luckily. But yeah, you made a beeline.
Yeah. And the game is well designed because Mesmer was a straight up roadblock.
Yeah, he's like, nah, dude.
And it's the same as Margit. In the base game when you start playing,
Yeah.
you're just cruising along, following the road and the grace, thinking you're getting to where you're supposed to be going, and then Margit says, "Turn around, bitch! You ain't ready."
When I think back to when I was a younger Tarnished, it had been a while since I played a FromSoft game, Bloodborne. I'm scared of that game now. I beat that game like 5 times, but I think if I went back, it'd punch me in the mouth hard.
I booted it up like a month ago to give it a shot, seeing as though I feel like I have a better handle on From Software games now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a little dated. It is very difficult.
Well, it is. It's got a lower frame rate, and it doesn't look as sharp as it did in the day.
The movement is just a little janky.
There's no jump, which is very weird.
Which really threw me for a loop.
It really throws you for a loop. It's a different game entirely, but now my current playthrough, I'm playing with Reduvia and the Serpent Bow, and it's mostly an archer build. And I have to do a lot of dodging, and I have to get in close when the boss is in your face. You can get in, a few pot shots with their bow, but if a boss comes in there, it's all on me to be dodging and also get out of there. And I feel like a goddamn genius out there. I'm just dodging left and right. I'm just ganking. I'm in the back, and then I do a little whoop whoop, and I'm over here now. It's great, and yeah, Margit, he made me learn how to play From Soft games again.
He still gives me a little bit of a challenge every time I fight him with a new build. My new build, the Wretch build, is kind of naturally just kind of a little bit of a bleed build with the Morningstar, but I do have Reduvia, and I went and found the Serpent's Bow to try what you were doing. Yeah. Because I was curious. But then I got the dagger that starts with an M. I forget what it's called.
Misericord?
Yeah. And I was dual wielding those, and I put the bloody slash on it, so it does bleed damage.
It's a pretty good thing.
It is just, you just melt dudes.
Well, yes, you fight Mesmer, you fight Romina, and then you go to the Sealing Tree. The Sealing Tree blocks access to Enir Ilim in the Gate of Divinity. The tree cannot be burned without Mesmer's kindling. The tree seems to be the same shape as the contorted, grasping part of the Shadow Tree. Mesmer's kindling, the item description says, the kindling that burned inside Mesmer the Impaler, a dark thing eaten away at by a wicked serpent. Mesmer, much like his younger sister, oh my god, it's Melina. I wonder what those two are like growing up. It used to be a lot more like specifically Melina in the description. I think they changed part of it, but it's definitely Melina is his sister. And much like her, he bore a vision of fire. I think she knew that she would be the kindling for the mountaintop of the giants, for the forge of the giants up there. Burning, just as Melina's burning was required to move forward, Mesmer must be burned as well. I imagine the kindling is the remains of Mesmer you scatter around the Sealing Tree. So you beat the shit out of him, and then you cut his body up and you bring it along.
Well, I did not beat the shit out of him. He beat the shit out of me for a long time, and then I think I cheesed him and got a little lucky. I had to go do a whole brand new build to beat him.
There's a movie called Little Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Yeah, with the kids.
There's a speech at the end where one of the kids talks about how he's always lost the turd toss to his brother a billion times, but one time he beat him. You know what? You beat Mesmer one time.
I have only beaten him one time. I've never gone back to replay it.
That's all it takes. One time. Burning the tree causes the thorns around Enir Ilim to also burn away. The dark shadow that envelops the tower slowly recedes, revealing the golden white beneath. We are again teleported to a floating citadel, which I don't like as a gameplay thing. It's much worse transporting to Farm Azula, because that just seems like really weird.
Yeah.
At least this one, we're literally looking right at the tree. Also, the fact that it is Bellarat continuously leads into it, just have us go back to Bellarat. Just have that door be open.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
It's where it literally leads us to anyways. But yeah, Enir Ilim is it's described as the majesty of the White Tower, stretching to reach the gods. It even inspired a secret faith in the invaders, the people of the Erd Tree. Enir Ilim is a place of worship for the Hornsent, a tower of shadow that houses a divine gateway. Similar to Farm Azula, the place of worship seems to be structurally questionable. There is a lot of just floaty shit and broken gateways, many sections just floating by themselves. The Spira Sorcery says the spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. So yes, these Hornsent are obsessed with spirals. They're obsessed with getting closer to gods. The gods who a higher power. And this is the seat of their religion. This is kind of like where
The Tower of Babel.
the Tower of Babel. They keep building higher, and then they built to the top, and then they just put a fuck ton of bodies up there. And somehow that's a gateway to divinity.
Yeah, but carrying them all the way up there, there's got to be an easier way. And
Well, that's why you make them dig their own grave before you bury them.
yeah, that's true. Like,
I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. Yeah, it appears much of the tower is built out of corpses, and so that's the thing.
that would maybe add to why it's not so structurally sound. Because bricks go together very well.
Yeah.
They're manufactured that way. Corpses, they're all a little bit unique in their own way. You're going to have some gaps.
Yeah,
It's not going to be airtight.
it's interesting. I mean, they seem to have been obsessed with the concept of fusing or melding a big group together, like group sacrifice. This goes back to like the oldest religions of all. Anytime that there is a holy aspect of something that's spiral in shape, I always get very excited because DNA is the building block of life, and I like it when the spiral is integrated into religions, because you can't have life without the spiral. Yeah, Miquella's great rune says, Miquella set off for the tower, enshrouded by shadow, abandoning everything, his golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate, all in an effort to bury the original sin, to embrace the whole of it, and to be reborn as a new god.
I do like the idea that you have to give up your fate in order to reach godhood. Because we've been making jokes the entire time about stripping away your arm or your foot or your heart or your flesh and all the things Miquella has discarded upon this journey. Fate was not something that I thought was going to be even talked about at all.
Yeah.
But having it be at this part of the game, to me, I thought that was super cool lore-wise, because he has to literally give up the idea of his fate and take that risk in order to ascend to godhood, which I think is just the cherry on top of his story.
It's tough. And St. Trina kind of realizes this too. It's like if Miquella gives up everything, he will no longer be who he was, what made him great, and he will be trapped in a prison where he's not allowed to be anything other than that god. And his fate was to be a demigod. He was an Empyrean. There was a chance for him to lead the Erd Tree, but Miquella, from a young age, was kind of looking for something else. Eternally young. But he went to the Halig Tree. He studied fundamentalism. He dabbled in all of it, and
He got really into Rage Against the Machine for a short period of time.
he really got into Rage.
Really buckled down there for a
It's
minute.
still cool. And at one point, he went to his older brother and like, yo, I want you to be my wife. Or I'll be your wife.
Wouldn't that be fun? We can play House for real.
Now, even if you die,
I got you.
I got you. Radahnn's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sure, whatever, dude.
It's gonna be
Get
real
out of my
hard.
bedroom.
It's gonna be real hard to marry you when I'm married to Leonard. It's gonna be real difficult.
I only have one love, and it's Lenny.
Yeah.
I hope Lenny is doing well. Yeah, but this teleports us into Enir Ilim. Yeah, and that takes us to the first rise.
Yeah, so you got Divine Bird Warriors guarding the entrance to the first rise. Divine Bird Warriors are the highest ranking of all Horned Warriors. They protect Enir Ilim. Are these the guys from the new game? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, there is a Divine Bird Warrior
Yeah.
in Night Rain. Now, if you're listening to this on the main feed, Night Rain's been out a long time. Now, if you're listening to this on Patreon, our first taste of Night Rain is this weekend.
Hell yeah.
So we don't know a lot about it yet, but the Divine Bird Warrior is one of the characters.
Once inside, you can head left to a descend a staircase and open a door to the Bellerat Tower near the Divine Beast Dancing Lion boss.
It seems like a logical, just have that be the doorway. I don't need to magic teleport every time you need me somewhere.
Teleporting's so cool, though.
Sure.
As you progress into Enir Ilim, you will encounter a large group of Inquisitors. They are busy worshiping, so you can sneak past a number of them. Heading upstairs is a Divine Beast Warrior. This guy will fuck you up.
This is the first one you're going to run into here. There are 4 of these fuckers, in Enir Ilim, and they are all bad mamajamas.
Yes. This is the Lightning Divine Beast Warrior. He will be the best farming location for the Divine Beast set if you're into grinding.
Oh, it's not about grinding. It's about farming. Now, I know in America, it's tough to farm. It's harder for farmers these days. All those illegal horn scent are being sent away. I shouldn't make jokes about this because it's a horrible time in America. But farming in Elden Ring, you know, it's not fun to farm something with a low drop rate. Is a Divine Beast Warrior because they are vicious. 4% drop rate. Well, not a 4% drop rate. It's something super low. But what I would do is go invisible and also I'd do a quiet spell. And then I would sneak up behind him and get a couple good hits in. But he'd still kill me. So just wanted to call him out. Mad respect, bro.
If you do manage to get the Divine Beast Helm, it is a helm of tangled horns attached to a Divine Beast mask, allowing the wearer to invoke divinity, worn by Divine Beast Warriors, the chosen of the Horned Warriors. Divine Invocation heightens intensity of storm alongside strength and dexterity, but reduces the restorative effects of drinking from a flask of sacred tears.
It makes the sacred tears, like, not as good. You're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's like you go from, like, well, now in my age, it'd be like Diet Coke to Coke.
Yeah, it's just not as good.
Yeah.
And you kind of hate it.
Yeah, have you had a regular Coca-Cola recently?
I love them.
Dude, they're way too sweet.
Oh.
It just, like, makes my tummy hurt.
Well, I don't also drink a lot of soda, so when I do have one, I'm like, ooh, this is a rare treat.
Yeah, I don't drink hardly any.
But when I go back to church, I'm like, these crackers
are stale.
I'd rather have a Triscuit.
Focus is also troubled by wearing this helm, so that's not good.
Yeah, but you do have the head of a divine beast,
which
helmet
for the drip is going to look real good.
It also does a 4% damage increase to all spells, skills, and items with the word storm in their names.
You get the incantation Spira. Platform off the northern side, it's going to require some jumping around. You're going to have to get all gymnastic with it.
Yes, you will.
Superior sorcery of the tower. Priests wielded as an incantation of the spiral. Wrap one's arms together and hold them up to the heavens to summon a spiral of light that erupts at the enemy's feet. Column of light persists for as long as the button is pressed. The spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods, which is just fucking crazy.
Pretty cool.
This is the same spell the Sage of Enir Ilim is using as you run up here. Good for large enemies stuck outside of hallways because it's just going to eat them up.
And this also is one of those spells that is 1,000,000 times more effective for enemies than it is for Tarnished, which is a bummer. Yeah, get them trapped in a hallway. That's good. Otherwise, enemies keep running towards you, and it's not too...
They're just going to run through it.
I don't love it.
Get the Site of Grace before heading back down to a hidden stairway and path.
And it's a long path.
Path.
This is a long path. Now, on the way down, you'll find the incantation... Or not the incantation, the Spirit Ash for Inquisitor Ashes. You can summon 2 Horn-Sent Inquisitors. The Inquisitor Hags. That's what the description says. The Hags wield barbed candlesticks. One of the Inquisitors casts a Tower Hex to heal HP. Well, I always love a Spirit Ash that'll heal you. While the Hex of the other boosts her own attack power. Inquisitions often perplex the minds of the uninitiated, and so seniority was viewed as an asset. It's supposed to be perplexing when you see someone rise in Scientology. And the thing is, if you don't get to know what they know until you get up there.
Yeah, you have to pay a lot of money.
And then you just pay more.
What is it, theta levels?
My theta level is 9.
Dude.
Billion.
That's better than Tom Cruise.
I don't want to brag.
Who introduced the Super Bowl? What a weird pick.
Tom Cruise did?
Yeah, he introduced the teams. And I was like, this is interesting because he looks weird.
You know why? Because Mission Impossible did not do well last time, and they need the next one to do well.
Well, it's the final reckoning this time.
I'm going to vomit on this microphone. This is the final one.
Did they say that after the first one?
Yeah, Fast and Furious is going to have 1,000 more fucking movies, I promise.
They have to get to the moon.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. So you follow a ledge and you start doing some super sketchy platforming. You'll wind up in a previously inaccessible Ballarat Tower section. Spider Scorpion guards a Shadow Tree fragment. You'll take a lift, and then you'll find another Divine Beast Warrior. This is the wind version. And you won't like seeing them. Then you take another lift downwards. You just keep going. And eventually, you cross a bridge and you open a door to find, spoiler warning, one of the best twin blades, if not the best twin blade in the game, the Euporia. Now, it's not the Euphoria. Despite
Zendaya.
spell check and these outlines, they keep trying to make me say Euphoria, but it's Euporia. Yes, no Zendaya here.
No teen drama for you.
Not today. This is a twin blade symbolizing abundance, the secret treasure of the tower. Though the blades fashioned from golden shoots are largely wilted and darkened, their luster can be restored by dealing damage to foes. However, damage dealt to those who live in death will have no such effect. Now, Euporia's model is a reused cut content weapon called the Abundance and Decay Twin Blade. Euporia has a charging mechanic based on dealing a number of hits in quick succession. So after 7 hits within a 10-second window, it gains a 5% damage buff, which empowers its weapon skill, Euporia Vortex. This fires holy bolts forward in addition to its base effect. The charging mechanic does not work against undead enemies. Now, Euporia adds 35 flat holy damage for the duration of its buff, which seems to vary slightly between 15 to 20 seconds, but can go as high as 70 holy damage if you keep hitting enough times in a short duration. This damage also charges up Euporia Vortex. So you charge up your weapon, it gets stronger and stronger, and then eventually when you want to dispel it, you use the special attack, and then it shoots that out in a beam. At tier 2, the weapon skill lasts longer, dealing increased overall damage. As you fight, the weapon gets stronger, and you have the option to either keep the buff or spend it as the opportune time to power up your Ash of War. Very cool.
That's awesome.
There's not a lot of weapons that do things like this. And you violently twirl the armament, dealing multiple slashes directly ahead. The greater the restored luster of the blades, blah, blah. That's the Vortex. It's a very cool twin blade. I recommend everybody give it a try.
We're at the Spiral Rise. Grave birds are dive bombing you. It feels like
I fucking hate these ones.
It feels like I'm watching Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor and I'm Ben Affleck running around not knowing what I'm doing.
Except this is way more tragic than Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I died a lot here.
Yeah. No, yeah. In terms of deaths,
They're relentless.
and I hate it when
This
Whenever you have
Spiral Rise is not fun.
whenever you have something flying down at you in the game, like you can jump and hit them, but you really just got to wait to dodge it or they're on your level.
Yeah.
Because like Taker's Flame isn't going to hit him here.
No.
Like I need them stationary.
This is one of the, you try and run past one and then 2 more just fucking dive bomb into.
And you can't really use the cheese of like throwing daggers at one and waiting for it to they're not perched waiting for you.
They're kind of smarter.
Yeah. There's 2 paths. Just keep moving forward. Better loot if you jump off the rising stair to the staircase below. You can find the Spirit Ash's Horned Warrior. This heavily armored guardian spirit of the tower attained inhuman strength through divine invocation.
Man, I went to church for a long time.
It got real buff.
No, I didn't. The thing is, I didn't personally.
This holy warrior is going to wield a curved greatsword that brings horns to bear on its foes.
Yeah, it does.
In the tower, these warriors and their weapons are both spiritual vessels, which is pretty. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is my sword. It's super holy.
Yeah. My blasphemous blade is holy, but in the wrong way.
Or the right way.
It's blasphemous.
It's kind of the right way.
You can get some armor here. The Grave Bird Helm empowers spells which summon rings of spectral light. Grave birds are ancient golems created to guard the spirit graves built where all manners of death ultimately drift. Boosts the rings of spectral light spell by 15%.
If that's your spell, this is good.
If that's your jam, you just made a sandwich.
But it's not a lot of people's spells.
Watch out for the Curse Blade. It guards a somber ancient dragon smithing stone, which sucks because I need that. So you're going to have to die.
I don't like these curse blades. Even when I get the jump on them, that's why the Great Katana is a crutch for me, because it can actually just stutter them a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, back at this point, I can use Blasphemous Blade again.
Yeah.
Because You ain't immune to fire. Yeah, so you're going to grab that somber ancient dragon smithing stone. Below is a divine beast warrior. This time we got ice. The character model I really like for this one because it is just vanilla ice.
It's vanilla ice.
It's vanilla ice. He's down there doing whatever that dance was that he had to Ice Ice Baby.
I don't know if there's a name for it.
I don't know. I can see it in my head though.
Yeah, this warrior kind of messed me up too because I got through those grave birds, which was tough enough. Got through the curse blade, and then this guy, he sees you coming from a ways away, and he starts using like long range ice attacks at you. And I fell apart. It just didn't work.
You can keep ascending to find the final divine beast warrior, Wind, who does not respawn.
This is the only one that doesn't respond.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yep, and it's also the final non-boss, non-invasion enemy in the game.
You can get the Horned Warrior's Greatsword from Seth Rogen here. Curved Greatsword to the Horned Warriors, Keepers of the Tower, a heavy weapon made to bring the deft strength of warriors to bear. The ornamental tangled horns allow the blade to serve as a medium for horn calling.
Yes, it does.
Its unique skill, Horn Calling Storm, invokes tangled horns to cover the weapon's blade, call a storm into the horns, then mow through enemies. Additional inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks, triggers the effects of the multi-hit talismans, allows for 2 additional inputs, and Enrage Divine Beast boosts damage by 10%.
I could see a fun build going full Divine Beast Warrior.
That'd be sick.
It could be fun. But I only can do so many builds in my life.
Well, I've never done New Game Plus, so I could try it.
I've done it a couple times now. Yeah. A lot to take in. But so you keep moving up here, and then you get to the Cleansing Room Antechamber is the name of the arena. Now, this is where I guess you would have to purify yourself of all of your sins. You got to wash away the iniquities. You have to be pure to go to the Divine Gateway, where Marika once rose to godhood. Here in the Cleansing Room Antechamber is the NPC Battle Royale. That's right. We got Hornsent, Freyja, Moor, Dryleaf, Dane going up against Tiolier, the Tarnished, Sanguine Noble, Satan. He's new. And amongst others. Yes, this is a very unique battle in the Land of Shadow, in the Lands Between, in Elden Ring, in that it's a lot of different NPCs fighting at once.
And the Royal Rumble just happened, so this is perfect.
It's great. They like talk shit to each other, or they're like apologizing. You're like, I always liked you. They kill each other.
My favorite part was when John Cena ran out and nobody expected it.
I couldn't even see him.
I know, he's invisible. He's just a great build.
Great build. Yes. Now, Needle Knight Letta says, I thought I'd see you here. It's been quite some time. It was never kindly Miquella, was it? The Erd Tree was leading you all along. It's like, bitch, I'm playing a video game. I was told to come this way. I don't know.
And you know this.
I got teleported up here.
I'm just figuring it out.
But maybe it was. Maybe we're the Erd Tree.
I mean, we're kind of, we are the Elden Lord at this point.
We are the outer gods at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. The Erd Tree was leading you all along so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erd Tree, desired all along. Even then, she said, Miquella wanted this. It's like, you can't apologize for everything Miquella does. Maybe he made a mistake.
Maybe he did. Maybe I'm Miquella's fate.
And you know what? He did make a mistake, because I'm about to bring his fate to his fucking face.
Yeah.
Yeah. The clashing of the favored lords, such that one would prevail, so be it. If you insist upon facing Miquella the Kind, then I will run you through, whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
I like that she talks a big game.
She's unapologetic, and she can back it up.
She is familiar with our game, too.
Although, you know what's kind of a bitch move is letting all 4 or 5 of your homies fight before you, and then you come in at the end.
Well, that's how any good stable does it. The henchmen weaken you up, and then the baddie comes in for the kill.
Saying Robert Baratheon would be at the very front of the army.
Yeah.
In his glory days. But you want to be out there. You want to be in the front. Napoleon Bonaparte did that.
Yeah.
At least when he rose to power. You must defeat between 2 and 5 enemies depending on previous decisions. Redmane Freyja will fight you if you've given her the letter for Freyja and you haven't killed her. Hornsent will fight you if you didn't summon him to fight Mesmer and if you haven't killed him as a friendly NPC. Alternatively, if the player beats Mesmer with his assistance but fails to talk to him after the fight, he will still appear here.
What a bitch. Because I didn't say thank you. Did I hurt your feelings?
He needs vengeance.
I called you in a time of need.
I wanted to push Joker off the roof.
It's because I didn't like shake your hand afterwards. Like you're going to hold a grudge?
Yeah, man. A thank you card.
What is this? You didn't get invited to a wedding. We killed a snake man.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying thank you would have been nice.
This is a lesson for everybody out there. Right thank you cards.
Right thank you cards. Moore will fight you if you told him to put it behind you. If you tell Moore not to be sad forever, he'll fight you.
Well, that's the trouble with telling an emo person it's just a phase.
Because then they're going to come back if they survive.
Yeah, they're going to be like, see, I told you it wasn't, Mom.
Dryleaf Dane will always be there, and he'll always be quiet. Needle Knight Letta will always fight you as well. You know what is funny, though? You can never have talked to Letta once until this point.
Really?
Run by her. Don't say hi.
And then at the end, she's like...
No, then her dialogue is different, where she skips a whole bunch of it and kind of introduces herself.
Oh, that's cool.
They plan for that contingency. But yeah, potential allies. We got your boy. We got Ansbach. I will appear. If Ansbach is still alive after progressing Letta's questline and he is given the secret rites scroll, he is there. When summoned, he just says Chad stuff, like Ansbachs do. He says, I am Ansbach of the Pureblood Knights. I stand with blade aloft, blood afire, for the dignity of my lord and master Moog. He says Letta says to Ansbach, if summoned, I can't fathom your convictions. After knowing kindly Miquella, what remains to pledge to your Lord of Blood? And he says, Lady Letta, your suspicions were dead on. In the end, I could not bury the memories of Lord Moog and our pact of blood.
Tiolier is a potential ally. Tiolier is a potential ally.
Yeah, he is.
If his and Saint Trina's questlines are progressed to the point that you've defeated his invasion at the Garden of Deep Purple and his dialogue afterwards is exhausted.
You had to do his full quest.
Yeah. Letta will say to him if summoned, Tiolier, it seems I have made poor judgment about you, or perhaps Saint Trina. If defeated, you have no understanding of kind Miquella, of Saint Trina's love.
You don't understand her, and she's perfect.
You don't get it.
Tiolier rolled out of bed, and he dragged his ass down here, and I appreciate him. He does a little sleepy stuff. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
And that one friend who made it to brunch that everyone thought was dead, he's here.
You're like, dude, I thought you were still asleep. You're so hungover yesterday. And he's like, I'm good. I just needed an ibuprofen and a cup of water.
Whatever. I slept 10 hours. I'm fine.
I could have done with 2 more.
Then, okay, so you can also have Sanguine Noble Natan. Now, I didn't see this my first time because I, of course, did all of my quest lines. Now, if Ansbach is killed or he's not given the secret rites scroll, he won't be here. And that will result in Sanguine Noble Natan coming. He wields dual Reduvia for lots of blood loss, and he wears the Sanguine Noble set. He's a noble who serves the Lord of Blood. And same moveset as the Sanguine Noble Invader in the Consecrated Snowfield.
Damn.
So it's cool. We don't know anything else about him. I think they just realized if you kind of fucked up some of your quests, you might be outnumbered, and they wanted to help out a little bit. I also don't think this is necessary, but whoever you are, Natan, we appreciate you. Miquella guided all of them here with a powerful charm initially, but the charm was broken with the Great Rune. So they have all made their own decisions to be here. All of our combatants we are going to be fighting. And our first one is...
It's your girl, Freyja.
Yeah, it is.
What up?
Still love you.
Hey.
I'm going to kill you.
But this is an honorable battle. This is foe versus foe. This is like fighter versus fighter.
Yeah, this is like, though, if you were Sting and you were helping out Hulk Hogan. And
eventually you got a clash.
Yeah, but you didn't. You died while you were so black and white, NWO. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're on the wrong side. What's up with Freyja?
Redmane Freyja was one of the most distinguished knights of Radahn. He first witnessed her valor as a gladiator and invited her to join his ranks because she's a bad bitch. She was stricken with scarlet rot in the swamp of Aeonia and left behind to die. Miquella put his lips to her wound and drained the poison from it. That's a good friend.
It's also hot.
It's a little horny.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
She
Do you
became
have any wounds on your feet?
no, your arm. I'm out.
Pass.
Only feet.
Pass.
She became
I have
charmed.
to talk to my older brother about our marriage.
I just cheated on my brother.
My wife. He's my wife.
She became charmed and followed Miquella to the land of shadow. Do you think that was the moment the charm was placed?
Probably. I think anytime you get a dope-ass kiss from Miquella, you're like, what's up?
So, dude, what are you doing on Friday?
You never wear shoes?
Dude, that's wild. Once the charm is broken, she recalled a vow Miquella made with Radahn and becomes resolved to learn the nature of the vow. She travels to the Shadow Keep, and we assisted her in that discovery. Miquella wished to revive the soul of General Radahn. Freyja welcomes this because she's like, bring my boy back.
Anything.
Yes, I can do that. Freyja welcomes this, believing that endless war would suit her former master better than an honorable death.
You know, if I had to watch my former master with like a syphilitic, rotten brain lose his mind and go fully feral, but he gets to kill, so that's good, I'm just going to say I disagree with you.
Well, I think at this point, bringing him back, I think she believes that he's going to be brought back as like his former self.
And he kind of is.
He definitely is.
Although he's
so
not
badass.
He's not in the same body.
Well, no, because he's normal size now.
He's
big.
He's Moog's body.
Is he really?
Yeah, they brought Moog's body to bring his soul into it.
He looks like Radahn.
He also has horns, omen horns all over him.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah.
I just saw
He's
the
got his
helmet.
head. He's got his head.
his head is what I was focused on especially in the cutscene where his eyes are.
It was a
glowing.
particularly bad case of being decapitated.
It's the worst case of being sawed in half I've ever seen.
The lower half of Radahn is now on the top half of Moog.
Wrong god died.
Wrong demigod died.
Yeah, no, I think she thinks, all right, he's going to come back as like his former self, and then it's the same as like Valhalla, like die with your axe in your hand and you can fight forever.
He did.
So it's Valhalla is both parts
How
of
many
this.
times do I got to tell you this, old man?
I never could have imagined it that you might be the Erd Tree's rightful lord. Ha ha ha. Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting for the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Whatever, Freyja.
Yeah, so then Freyja dies, and then you can get Freyja's greatsword. Greatsword decorated with a mane, much like the weapons used by her liege. The spirit of Freyja's training lingers in the sword, enhancing the power of Redmane battle skills, buffs Redmane skills by 10%, which is pretty dope. That's
Not
pretty
bad.
good.
Not bad. Now we could have another friend here, Hornsent. He was always the loner. I guess Yoli is also a loner, but Hornsent was still with the group, but he always stood 10 feet away with his back to the group, and he says, I don't even like being with you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we going?
Guys, wait up.
Wait up. He lost his family. He lost his, I don't know if it's spelled out, wife and kids. His family was killed by Mesmer's army, so his number one goal, fuck up Mesmer. And as soon as that's done, number one goal, fuck up America.
Yeah.
And he decides I'd rather help Miquella fight America. So even though eventually he'd probably want to come back and fight Miquella, but he says if he was here, he was upset that he was not allowed the vengeance he desired. 'Tis just as the woman said it would be. Lord of the Erd Tree, Lord of America, you too deserve to face the reckoning. And he says, if you on defeat, oh Miquella, please redeem our clan. And he will drop his dirty undies and his sword. Not a bad sword, dirty pair of undies.
Yeah.
Pass on the undies.
Yep,
I
not
don't
gonna
want
do
your undies. Check out Me Undies. Just kidding. I wish they sponsored us.
Next up, we got Moore. He was once a pest. I imagine like
He's registered
Like
on
Cowrie.
he's on a database, dude.
He's not allowed to live within a certain radius of...
You kids want to see what's in my jar?
Sorry. He awaited the return of the goddess of the Scarlet Rot. Melania abandoned the pests, and Morskin later allied with Miquella. So, like, fuck you. I'm going to move on.
Yeah. He went full grizzly man. I don't know if he is specifically kind of like a Gowry type situation where he is a pest in the shape of a human, or maybe he's someone who just, I kind of like being with the pests.
Yeah, I think it's grizzly man. I think you're right.
And eventually, well, yeah, either way, he's very simple-minded, and he's just like a nice guy. He's Hodor a little bit.
Losing the charm reverts him to thinking about his previous master, Melania. He says, "O mother abandoned her brood. She did not love us. We are her children. What should we do? Must we be sad forever?" So he's got some abandonment issues.
He's got some real sadness.
Yeah, he's legitimately, because he was kind of abandoned. Well, she abandoned the pests, and, like, you're a dude that just lives with the pests. So, like, you could have moved on. But he was like, we're just going to stay here in the wild with the pests.
Yeah, and you can, when he asks, do I just have to be sad forever? You can give him a few options.
Yeah, put it behind you. Hey, quit being a little emo bitch. If you say that to him, maybe that's the kindly Miquella's love for all the unloved, love to banish the pain, which I'm pretty sure are just lyrics to a Hawthorne Heights song.
I don't know what that would sound like, but you're probably right.
Probably right. If you tell him, hey, it's not a phase, stay sad forever, and then you do a fist bump with him, he goes, sad forever and ever, which I know
and that's a country song.
That's a country song.
Yep.
Right after you lose your dog named Red and your red truck and your girl with the red hair.
Sorry, sir, your truck is totaled. And I'm gonna love you forever.
I'm gonna be sad forever and ever.
He opened an entire case of Busch Light and dumped it out that day.
Dude, that was a tough one.
That was a rough loss.
I hate watching Ricky go through that.
Yeah.
If you are just non-committal, I don't know. Maybe you could be sad. Maybe you should move on. If you say, I don't know, I don't know either. Which honestly is the funniest response to that.
That's probably the best answer, though, because then he won't fight you, and he just accepts the mystery.
Yeah, but it's also really funny that you're talking to an NPC and you're like, nah, I don't know. And they go, yeah, me either.
However vast in darkness, we must create our own light.
That was beautiful. Did Martin write that?
It was either Stanley Kubrick or Carl Sagan.
Being sad forever sends him to the fight. He's assisting Letta because he believes Miquella will help him forget his sadness.
You need to take care of yourself before you go fall in love with some other god, dude.
Yeah, if you can't be happy alone, you can't be happy with a demigod hoping to become a lord.
It's true.
God, Lord.
God won't fix you. Only you can fix you.
Yes. And
the community of church could fix you.
Yeah.
But that's you working on yourself.
Yeah. Or just like My Chemical Romance is always a safe bet. Just like, if you're going to be sad, let the sadness power you.
Yeah.
Like
it makes you stronger.
Like a nuclear reactor that won't definitely melt down one day.
Yeah. I used to listen to some horrible music back in the day.
Yeah. Verdigris Great Shield. So yeah, you can get this bad boy. Boosts greater guard capacity than damage. Boosts greater guard capacity than damage negation to the extent that the shield will continue to protect the target even if its bearer should die.
It's a crazy good shield.
Yeah, that's like the dog that won't leave the owner.
It stays there and just keeps protecting you.
Yeah. At plus 10, it has 90 guard boost, the highest of any shield in the game.
Yeah.
Damn. Unique skill, Moore's Charge. Ready the shield with both hands, then charge forth while maintaining guard, ending in a shove, imbued with Verdigris. Verdigris magic. Knocks back nearby enemies, but does not cause significant harm. Hold to extend the length of the charge. I like shields that do a shove. I've been using one a little bit.
Many shields can have that Ash of War put on there. I've never been much of a shield guy. This shield, though, did carry me through one of my Radahn fights. One of my legit Radahn fights, because I've done a couple cheesy ones, too. Yeah. We'll talk about those. But this can just tank Radahn hits, and then you can just poke them a little bit or do...
With like a halberd or a spear or something?
Yeah, or whatever method of blood loss you prefer.
Yeah. The Verdigris set... highest poise and second highest physical defense in the game. I like that.
Yes.
I want that. I like that.
I like it more than the bull goat armor too. I think the bull goat armor looks stupid. Sorry, Tregoth. I know you're my boy, but your fucking armor is stupid looking. And then you got like the fire prelate, and you have like the dung eater. Like, I don't like a lot of the looks of those big heavy armors, and at least Moore's.
What's the big fat guy armor called? That one I like because it makes me look jolly.
It's just fat.
I know. I love it though.
It's all right.
If you have enough endurance and you can like at least medium roll with it, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the second highest physical defense in the game, highest robustness in the game, 245 with all pieces. General Radahn and Lion's set each have 235, so that's big boy numbers right there. And I wore the Radahn set for my playthrough.
Radahn set is one of the best armors in the game.
Yeah.
Plus, it has a lot of flair.
It's the drip.
The drip is profound.
You have to think like once you get these big armors, you're losing a couple points here and there, but how stunning do you look?
That is important. And my current character, I went through a full, like, where the character in the movie tries on all the different outfits and someone's like, it's a fun montage.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah, well, you have to.
Yep.
Yeah, my armor right now is the Radahn set, but with a different helmet. It's one that boosts my holy damage.
The Radahn helmet's a little big. I went with a Gelmir Knight helmet, so it does have a little bit of the fun frillies on top. And it's got the Bloodhound Knight's armor, because it's got a really cool, like, decayed cape and stuff. And then I got some dung eater gauntlets. It looks good.
Compared to the Bull Goat set, like we said, Verdigris is 1.4 points higher and has roughly the same stats when it comes to physical defense, meaning players wearing the Verdigris set can get roughly the same survivability from physical attacks that players wearing the Bull Goat get, all for slightly less weight, which is a big deal when these armors weigh 1,000 fucking pounds.
It's just a really good set of armor. Moore's got a good taste.
Yeah, and then you get Moore's bell bearing as well.
Also get that. Now, Dryleaf Dane, our quiet boy. I liked, I read a theory on Reddit the other day that Gold Mask was part of the Dryleaf sect. Those boys just don't talk.
Yeah.
That might be true. Dane has been following Miquella longer than Freyja. He's OG Miquella fan. And once the Dryleaf sect saw the decline of the Erdtree, they sought a new god to serve. You will acquire Dane's footwork, the hand-to-hand weapon. It should be foot-to-face weapon, is what I'd call it. But it's a martial art focusing on kicking techniques. This kick-based martial art is unique to Dane, a Dryleaf and sworn ally of Leda. He acquired these skills by training with the aid of a waterfall, letting the water beat his body and throwing himself into its basin. He does break his vow of silence when you defeat him. The only time you'll hear him talk in the game. And he says, check out our Patreon. Or he says, kind Miquella, in godhood shall you rise. I wonder if he thought of what he was going to say his entire life. Like, if I ever go out.
I need my last words.
To be something cool.
When my last D&D session, I thought I was going to die. And
did you have a speech?
I did have 3 words. It was just 3 words as I was dying.
What was it?
Grogu, do good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you did a Yoda character playthrough.
I didn't know that it was... I'm really psyched that I came up with a name.
How was I supposed to know Luke Skywalker was already taken?
I've never watched The Mandalorian. But now I see it everywhere because I type it in on my phone all the time. Like, in chats and stuff, because I refer to myself as Grogu.
Yeah.
I have photos of him. He's super dope.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When Google Docs, where I do all of my outlines, proper nouns sometimes kind of just get integrated in, and it wants to like autocorrect to bigger names from media. It would know Grogu is a legit name. But whenever I put Erdtree, it always wants to autocorrect to Nerdtree for some reason. And I'm feeling like it's a little passive-aggressive about that. Yeah, but Dane, he's not too hard in this fight. He kind of goes down pretty easily.
And then we got Leda. Leda was a follower of Miquella and member of the Needle Knights, which I love the name the Needle Knights.
Yeah, the New Jersey dope. Needle Knights, one of my favorite teams.
The charm seemed more to keep her murderous mistrust in check. Once it broke, she began culling her allies. As we have never seen another Needle Knight, we are led to believe she killed many of her comrades before not believing in her utter devotion to Lord Miquella.
You don't even love the band as much as I do, and I'm going to kill you about it.
I'm pretty sure that's happened. I've watched like Norwegian black metal stuff.
Well, and
That guy who burnt all the churches, didn't he do something like that? Maybe.
I used to listen to a lot of Dave Matthews Band, and I'd see fans get into arguments. Dave would never do that. Dave would never do that. Dave did that. And I'm like, Dave.
It's like Dave Matthews Band and Taylor Swift. I've never seen fans that think that they just have a direct connection, like you would have with Miquella. They're charmed. That's what it is.
Yeah,
they're charmed. I figured it out.
Open up my head and let me out,
like
little baby.
Because I don't.
Sorry, that was my Dave impression of the day.
It is Dave Matthews and Taylor Swift that they refer to them as like first name, like you know them, like you went to school with them. Like Taylor would never mean that in her songs.
No, Dave.
That was not her intention.
Dave wouldn't do something like that,
dude.
Meanwhile, he's like spaz dancing on stage and just making up words.
Mia went to a Dave Matthews show.
I've been to a Dave show. It's third row.
Dude, those are wild times.
It's still good.
All right.
I know how to laugh at myself.
Didn't we say that Radahn's festival was just the giant Dave Matthews Band concert?
Maybe.
I think that was our whole running shtick for the festival of Radahn.
Dude, they played Trippin' Billies twice. Oh. They played the same song twice.
They're madmen, dude. Madmen.
30-minute solo by Bella Fleck.
In the end, Letta, she believed we were being led by the Erd Tree and not Miquella, which, honestly, don't even know what I'm doing here.
Honestly,
your guess is as good as mine, lady.
I could be the straight up Lord of the Frenzied Flame, and she'd be like, I bet you like the Erd Tree. I'm like, bitch, look at me.
Do you not look at my eyes?
Yeah. These are dry red eyes, okay?
Yeah. Where's the Bueller guy when you need him? Dry eyes? Try clear eyes.
That's Ben Stein.
Is that his name?
He used to have a game show, Win Ben Stein's Money.
Really?
Yep, and he hosted it.
That would be really boring.
It was actually good.
Really. You get Letta's armor, Letta's sword. Upon defeat, Letta's last words are, kindly, Miquella, make the world a gentler place. Which is ironic, seeing as though she's a mass murderer.
She's a mass murderer.
It's good for her to, like, maybe she's turning a leaf when she realizes, like, hey, getting stabbed a whole bunch does not feel good.
There's not a lot of good stories in the Lands Between. Not a lot of good endings.
I think that one of the better endings is a mass murderer being like, enough with all this needless violence.
Yeah. Nope. No good endings. Now, Miquella, we should talk a little bit about Miquella, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. Now, Miquella, he is one of the poster childs for the DLC. He's Mr. Mystery of the main game. He's the demigod that we hear a lot about, we never see. We know, let's get into it. So he was born twins. Marika and Radahn went and fucked themselves, and they had a set of twins about it.
Make that a PSA for like high school kids.
Now there's incest, but now there's fucking yourself. And
what is it's like when a cell like just
Jeff Goldblum is just like
two?
Jeff Goldblum like
there's a movie here.
Life finds a way. Miquella and his twin sister Melania were both born with incurable afflictions. Possibly due to being incest babies. He was cursed with perpetual youth. Oh, poor buddy.
Oh, you're just a little baby all the time.
And it's not even baby. He grows up and he gets bigger, but he does have a cherubic face.
Yeah, he's like, stuck in like adolescence?
He's like, I get carded sometimes, and Melania's like, my arm literally fell off. It literally fell off. Yeah, but I can't even buy cigarettes.
If there was like, I mean, I know this world does have characters and lore and stuff, and it's not like the world, you forget that there's like people that live in this world sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you don't see them all the time.
Yeah, you do. You see them all the time. All the commoners you're killing, those are the people, Tyler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. They're not really there in the head too much because they've been unable to die for thousands of years.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of tragic.
Yeah.
To be honest,
take back what I was going to say.
It might be sad.
Yeah.
So he became a learned man and performed many experiments in an attempt to undo their curses. And she became his sword and protector. A good set of twins. Miquella was loved by many, but how much of this was coerced, we cannot tell. This led him to be feared by many because he had the ability to compel affection, and people like, that's fucking terrifying. Because how do you know if you actually believe in him or you're being convinced, coerced? Now, much like his half-sister Rani, he was chosen by the Two Fingers as a potential successor to Queen Marika. Miquella, as a scientist, did many experiments into Golden Order fundamentalism, and that led to new incantations as a gift to his father, a very religious dude. Miquella abandoned fundamentalism, however, as it did not help cure his sister's rot. One of his creations was unalloyed gold, used to ward off the meddling of outer gods and to stall Millennia's rot. These were imperfect since they were required to be inserted into the flesh and also be standing in a location untouched by time. The last part...
You had me until that.
That's a big thing. And there's only one place that works, and that is in Placidusax's arena, where it is outside of time. Now, if one is afflicted by the flame of frenzy, you can use this, like I mentioned in Farmazula, and you would be cured. His pursuits also included finding a cure for his half-brother Godwyn, who was in a state of incomplete death. He was doing a lot of really good work. If he had just stayed the course of science instead of trying to become a god, I don't know, eventually everyone becomes a villain in the end. He, avid gardener, he made the Halig tree. He sought to create a new Erd tree that would begin watering he began by watering a sapling with his own blood. This tree was planted on top of the fortress of Elphael and would later become known as the Halig tree, which would become a hidden haven for the unwanted and the persecuted in the lands between. This is a place sought by the Albinarchs and the Misbegotten.
This is like the Black Parade.
This is good shit.
Yes, I like this.
Not only is he trying to cure all of his siblings' horrible afflictions, even like was into religion just for his dad for a while, and now he's trying to make a safe place for everyone that's like ill-treated to come be okay.
Yeah.
Good dude. Now, he had a thing for his older brother.
We covered this briefly.
Briefly now. As Miquella pursued godhood, he knew a consort must be chosen, and he set his eyes upon his half-brother, General Radahn. He wore a skimpy outfit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that... I don't think that's... Let me check. I'm going to check the notes on that. But he approached his half-brother, General Radahn, and Radahn agreed in return for unspecified terms on he and Millennia's behalf. So we don't know what the deal specifically was, other than something would happen and you will be my consort. And Millennia went to battle Radahn and Caelid. We see this in the opening of the game, in the trailer for the main game. While Millennia was away at war, he embedded himself into the Halig tree to progress his ascension to godhood, but was kidnapped during his slumber. With Miquella's absence, the Halig tree became a misshaped husk that succumbed to scarlet rot. Deal was in place. Now, Millennia did go to Radahn to start this battle, and we don't know if something might have gone wrong and Radahn was staying away, why Millennia had to go fight him. There's still a few questions in the air about it, but Mohg, Mr. Big Mohg, the accursed omen and twin brother to Margit, was patroned by an outer god known as the Formless Mother. Mohg and, of course, Margit were thrown in the fucking sewers when they were born because they were omen, and Marika was reminded about the horn scent being born with horns.
She was like, get out of here.
She don't like.
Yeah.
It's like if my kids only listen to country music, I might throw them in the sewers.
It's just a natural instinct, I would say.
If it's outlaw country or early country, you'll get a pass. 90s pop country, we can get down.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Post Malone even, I'm good.
Yeah. I have his Raising Cane's cups. Now, was Mohg charmed before the kidnapping or after? Also unclear. We don't know if he wanted to kidnap his baby brother and sleep with him beforehand, or Miquella influenced this. But Mohg abducted Miquella and brought him to his underground palace, where he slept in a cocoon with the unresponsive sibling to no effect.
Well, it could be Miquella. Who knows? Maybe Miquella saw what was going to happen to Radahn and then needed Mohg to, like, maybe he called an audible in his play.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he was actually going to have Moog be his consort since Radahn was not doing his part of the bargain.
Yeah.
A spirit besides the teleporter in the consecrated snowfield says, Moog, you rotten omen. Your blood is cursed. Give him back. Give Lord Miquella back. How dare you lay hands on such precious flesh?
You're a mean one. Mr. Moog.
Mr. Moog.
That's what that sounds like.
You really are a dick. His soul is no longer there, and that seems to be why Moog is having no luck in the cocoon. I believe Miquella has been in the land of shadow for some time.
And then we got Radahn. Son of Radahn and Rennala, general of the Redmanes, conqueror of the stars. Radahn was the fiercest of the demigods.
Fucking right he was.
Dude, he's badass.
You gotta kill him twice, he's so badass.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A dutiful student, he mastered gravitational magic in Celia under the Alabaster Lord. He did this in part out of the love for his scrawny but beloved steed Leonard. He was too big, and he was going to crush the poor horse. And I solely believe that he learned gravitational magic so that he could help Lenny.
You know what he also could have done? It's just have Lenny live a happy life outside and just feed him and love him and play with him.
That's true. It probably would have been beneficial.
Radahn could have had kids and had them ride him.
Yeah. But instead he was like, I'm going to go to school to study how to make myself...
I'm going to study astrophysics until I can float.
so that you can fight with me. He was friends with the Albinaric Gaius and his stepbrother Mesmir. I would love to see...
That's stepbrother, half-brother.
Yeah, half-brother. Right? I don't know. The family tree here, man.
It's tricky because it would appear that Marika fucked herself to make Melina and Mesmer, and it would appear that they are Radagon's kids as well, partially because they were both born with afflictions.
I'm going to say half-brother.
I've seen some good theories about who the actual parents are for them. One, of course, being Marika, but I've seen Midra, Shabriri. I could see it just being like the serpent god.
Yeah. Miquella admired Radahn for his kindness and strength, qualities of a great lord. After the shattering, Radahn forced Godric into hiding in Stormvale, which was hilarious because Godric's a little bitch.
I love Godric.
You like him?
Leave him alone.
I think he's a little bitch.
He might be a bitch.
I just like it. I think
he's got the best story. He's Bran the Broken, and he gets to sit the Iron Throne at the end of this. Who dressed like a woman and snuck out of Lanedell?
Who has the best story?
Who has the most arms?
And then you hear like a round of applause, and it's just Godric clapping.
It's just Godric.
He's just clapping for himself. Radahn conquered the stars and arrested their cycles, which is a really neat way to say that he stopped the fucking sky from falling.
No more natural borns coming in here protecting it.
And he fought Melania in a great battle, which you see this in the cinematic trailer for the first game.
Maybe the deal was he had to stop the stars from moving to prevent Ranni from furthering her goals until Miquella could get done what he needed to get done. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, her entire quest line hinges on you killing Radahn, so yeah.
I think Miquella and Ranni were probably at least a little bit aware, like, that fucker's up to something.
Miquella and Ranni were aware that Radahn was up to something?
No, I think that those two both thought each other were like... They were worried the other one might get ahead or do something first, so maybe they were both like trying to put stopgaps in front of each other.
Yeah, that's probably right. I could see that.
Yeah.
So Radahn fights Melania in this badass battle. Before she released her Scarlet Aeonia, she whispered to Radahn, Miquella awaits the promised consort, which is interesting because I did not know that.
Yes, we learned that later on.
When did we learn that?
In the DLC.
I must have missed that.
It's one of the very last things we learn.
Okay, because that would be like I probably would have remembered that.
Yeah,
that's kind of big news.
We see her whisper something in his ear in the trailer for the first main game.
I just figured she was like saying bye to him.
We're saying something cool, something clever.
Like, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Game over, motherfucker.
Yeah, no. So yeah, that's Radahn. Then we have the Tarnished. Hey, it's us.
Hey, that's us.
That we did it. We fucked everything up for everyone.
Everyone's plans got fucked.
And guess what? It doesn't matter if you kill us 10 times, 20 times, 1,000 times in a row. We just keep coming back, and we're like Michael Myers. We're just like walking
If Michael Myers was incredibly inefficient at killing people.
Yeah, I like how you say it. We'll walk right back in the door until we kill you.
Yes. I don't know who you... I have a certain set of skills. I will find you.
I have a certain set of skills.
I will find you. I will dodge roll 50 times. I will run out of stamina. I will not properly have my flask set up. I will not use any of my rune arcs, and you will kill me. And I will come back, and you will do it again.
I have a particular set of skills, and none of them are very good.
And they're all bad.
But I have one skill, and it's called cheesing.
Yeah.
Radahn was wandering the battlefield. His mind rotted away. A festival was gathered by Jaren to relieve their general. We marched all in slow motion with cool music and our homies to finally put Radahn to rest at the...
And then Patches is running in the other direction away.
Yeah. So after we attend this Dave Matthews concert, Moog was next on our hit list. Despite him being very hidden away, even from the eyes of Sir Gideon Ofnir.
What a cool guy.
We found this little twerp.
Yeah.
Moog unleashed the power of the Formless Mother, but we also had to put him down. Totally didn't take me fucking 400 tries to do that.
Moog wasn't that bad for me.
I didn't have the charm. So every time that he does that like where you bleed.
Yeah.
Like I just got melted.
It's hard to do anything to that.
Letta would meet the Tarnished here and touch the withered arm of Miquella to be transported to the shadow.
The land of shadow.
The land of shadow of the Erd Tree.
Yeah.
So the plan. Following the death of Moog, his corpse was stolen and taken to the land of shadow. The ancient ritual to be performed at the Gate of Divinity required that a lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, you're following.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so Miquella would use Moog's body as a vessel to revive the soul of Radahn, and Miquella's first had to shed his flesh, doubt, vacillation, his fear, and his love.
Yes, and his love was Saint Trina. Much like Radahn was the other half of America, Saint Trina was the other half of Miquella, an enigmatic figure who, said to appear in dreams, is said to be unnerving to look at, and we do see Saint Trina, and yes, she is unnerving to look at. She has attracted her own set of priests to use sleep-inducing means to be closer to her. Miquella cast off this aspect of himself, and now she lies at the bottom of the stone coffin fissure. She still loves him, and for this reason wants him killed to prevent a prison of his own making. Just wanted to briefly mention Torrent as well. Miquella is seen riding Torrent in the Land of Shadow in the promotional material, in that one image. Torrent's former master entrusted Ranni the Witch to give us the spirit calling bell. Could this have been Miquella? Perhaps she means Melina, who was with Torrent directly before us. Torrent is involved in everyone's affairs, but he's a horse and can't say anything. He's got the R2-D2 effect.
Yeah. I saw a theory that Torrent is related to the spiritual ancestor, that giant reindeer-looking thing.
I like that.
Because they make the same sound, apparently, when they jump.
The clinks.
The ch-ch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little, yeah.
So does reindeer. Do you think Santa was Torrent's former master?
Could have been. The only difference is...
You know who's dressed like Santa? Kale.
It's Kale.
I think Kale is Santa Claus. I think we just figured it out. The Gate of Divinity. Before the age of the Erd Tree, an Empyrean and Numan woman hailing from the shaman village named America traveled to the gate and here ascended to godhood, becoming the vessel of the Elden Ring. Following the death of Moog, Lord of Blood, his corpse was stolen and transported here, and it would be used by Miquella for an ancient ritual. At the Gate of Divinity, ascending to godhood, resurrecting Radahn with Moog's body as a vessel, Miquella blessed Radahn and said, we gon' rule together.
Yep.
Yep. Like Lucy and Ricky. And if so that's what's happening right when we get up here. They're just finishing their big grand plan. And it is I think it's interesting to note the Gate of Divinity made out of stacks of bodies. Something about this area allows one to communicate with outer gods. And America did something here, betrayed the horn scent, and ascended. And Miquella has done his own thing here, and now he is become a god in his own right. And the Gate of Divinity still bleeds if you strike it. Like, this is just stacks of bodies, so there is some merit to that. Final boss, have you beat Radahn?
Yes.
Once?
Yeah, once.
Okay. What was your build?
I just stuck with blasphemous blade.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I did have to go around and get some more charcuterie.
You need all of them.
Fragments, because I realized one of the problems I had with Mesmer was I just didn't have enough because I had mainlined it so fast.
You had none of them.
That I had a few, but I didn't have nearly enough. So I just, in my exploring, I found a few, and then I was like, I'm going to grab them all before I do this because Brad said it was really hard.
So Radahn, I'm guessing, did many times beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely harder than Mesmer, but...
Hardest boss in the game. I struggled with Radahn, as everyone. Let me solo her, the legendary badass who wears a jar on his head and fought millennia like 1,000 times. Took forever to beat Radahn. Radahn is easily the toughest boss in Elden Ring. And Miquella says, my loyal blade and champion of the festival, both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now the vow will be honored. My lord brother's soul will return so that he may be my consort. Radahn does this incredibly cool cross-arm move where he pulls the swords out from the ground with like gravity.
Yeah.
And I get really scared. I mean, I don't like this. Consort Radahn is about half the height of Starscourge Radahn. He is smaller.
I like this character model better.
Yeah.
Because it just looks cooler.
It looks cooler.
It looks way cooler.
I like the proportions more.
It feels like kind of akin to like fighting Horaloo. That fighting Radahn as like you think he, because I know he's a big fucking dude, but like the big bosses just like they're kind of gimmicky a little bit to me.
Yeah.
And like I've already fought Radahn, so fighting him on a smaller scale where he like you can actually see really what he's doing up close.
Oh, and seeing him in his prime.
Badass.
This is his prime. It
was so badass.
Yeah. And yeah, about half the height. He has omen horns visible on his body. The face model has the same structure as the Star Scourge without the black markings and raging anger.
And you know what? He's a handsome guy.
Yeah. I've only known him as angry.
Yeah.
Both times I've seen him. Ansbach will say, General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time, but those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity. The dude compliments you, says he respects you, but I need that body.
Yeah, that's not yours.
And the basic moveset for Promised Consort Radahn is based on the Vengar La Ferosa from a previous Souls game. He is parryable, but requires 3 parries per stance break, and then he's vulnerable to a critical hit. Radahn can use Moog's Blood Flame and Star Scourge Radahn's Gravity Magic, and at 65%, the fight will enter Phase 2.
So I got, a long time ago, got it spoiled for me who the ending boss was going to be.
Yeah.
Through an image. And I was like, why does he have this giant, like white fur cloak on?
Yeah.
And I just left it at that because then I purposely avoided spoilers and all that.
Yeah.
When you get to Phase 2 and you realize it's Miquella just getting a piggyback ride.
It's a piggyback.
That was actually like, I thought the whole thing was going to be spoiled for me. But realizing that the entire time what I thought was a giant fur cloak is Miquella, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, Miquella does not get his hair cut. He gave up every part of his body except his hair.
I respect.
Yeah. The Phase 2, Miquella has some dialogue. Well, long brother, at long last you have returned. Tarnished one, aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you have grieved for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Miquella, and my promised consort Radahn. Miquella wears a simple white robe, loves piggyback rides. Young Miquella's model wears the same ring seen on the withered arm. So that arm is definitely his that we touch. That is longer and kind of grosser. And the adult Miquella in the fight, though, wears no such ring.
Well, he probably had to get rid of it. He's abandoning everything.
But it's just interesting. You can see the young Miquella model with the ring, and then it is no longer there. Miquella has 1 real arm left and 2 spectral arms.
Who else do we know like that?
Let me think.
Interesting.
Yes, not a coincidence. Most of Radahn's new attacks in Phase 2 are holy in nature. He is faster, and he creates mirror images to attack. He has a bunch of grab attacks. We're in our bestiary. We're gonna go more into the battle here, but If you get grabbed once, Miquella whispers, I promise you 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion. If he grabs you twice, he says, let your thoughts be only of love. Using Miquella's Great Rune will remove the charm effect, so you can survive one more. But if he gets you a final third time, he says, Lord of the Old Order, let us go together. And if you beat him, you get God Slain, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty impactful title.
Pretty impactful. Now, I also just wanted to address some of the known strategies or cheeses in the room. My first time beating him was not a cheese. I was Red Bear's Claws, which has hemorrhage buildup, attacks are fast, I make him bleed, and I also got incredibly lucky, probably 70 tries. Now, there was previously a method with the Impenetrable Thorns. You create yourself into a tank, Moor's Armor, Verdigris Shield, and Impenetrable Thorns could proc bleed 3 to 4 times in a few seconds before they nerfed it. So you just sit there and just get close enough Impenetrable Thorns and immediately just drain his blood. Patch 1.13 greatly destroyed the strategy. So no longer viable. Now there is the Mimic's Veil strategy, which this one is fun and still works. So before entering, you use Unseen Form so he can't see you. Radahn, you walk in there, and rather than him jumping at you, he just turns around and starts walking away. It's great. And then you sneak around the edge of the battlefield and apply Assassin's Gambit and Unseen Form again. Sneak around to the back left corner. He still doesn't know you're there. Throw a couple of hefty rod pots or poison pots that do not hit him directly, because that will start him aggroed. But if you get him in the area of effect, you can poison or rot him, and he will slowly die. And then right before Phase 2 starts, use the Mimic Veil. Phase 2 starts, and Radahn still won't see you. You'll just be like a candlestick in the middle of the battlefield. Radahn will default use the Light of Miquella attack, survive this, and then he is stuck behind the stairs.
No shit.
He gets stuck in the stairs, guide him towards the center of the stairs, and he dies.
Damn.
Yeah, it feels cheap, but I'm not going to do Radahn legit again. I've done that enough.
We got some rewards. Tiolier's Hidden Needle, which is a fist weapon. Like Saint Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden, a rich poison is secreted from within and sends its victim into an eternal sleep. The unique skill is Sleep Evermore. Pierces the enemy deeply with poison-coated needle that delivers eternal sleep. If the follow-up strike lands upon a foe who is already in the state of slumber or eternal sleep, it will deal significant damage. It inflicts 97 eternal sleep buildup.
Pretty good.
That's pretty big numbers.
It's pretty cool.
Tiolier's set mask, which is carved tranquil sleeping face. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as Saint Trina, increasing arcane just once. Tiolier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. Increases your arcane ability.
It doesn't have a lot of drip.
No.
I'm going to be honest.
And I mean, but if you're using a bleed build, arcane's nice.
I do like arcane. Ansbach's corpse will have the Obsidian Lamina, which is a Reaper. The Obsidian Edge relies not upon trickery to fulfill its violent purpose. Only well-honed skill is required to rip and rend through foes, sowing blossoms of red upon the battlefield. Unique skill, Dynastic Sickle Play, a finessed, evasive skill that creates space to maneuver. Inputs dictate direction of the backstep. Follow up with a strong attack to perform an advancing upward slash. Press strong attack once again to bring the weapon back down. You also get the incantation, the Furious Blade of Ansbach, which produces a blood flame blade from the side of the hand, then lunges at enemies to cleave through them. Charging will increase the number of slashes. This is markedly different than the finesse swordplay of the Tarnished. This is an aggressive last resort of an incantation that gives rise to Ansbach's fearsome reputation, pure fire damage, and 180 hemorrhage total buildup. Big boy numbers.
Big boy. Remembrance of the god and lord. In their childhood, Miquella saw in Radahn a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with the affected selves. So Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. You can get, if you turn it in, you get a colossal sword. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars, the sword of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Paired weapons, when putting them in two hands, when you two-hand it, you can dual wield, which would be cool because if you have the Radahn armor in New Game Plus, you can just play a Radahn build.
Yeah.
Go get some gravity magic and have fun.
And these are either, that description kind of covers both, because you have to choose between, do you want the Great Sword of Radahn Lord or the Great Sword of Radahn Light, which is confusing.
Yeah, so you do have to beat it twice if you want everything.
Or, I mean, you can duplicate a remembrance.
Oh, that's right, mausoleums.
But you will have to beat it twice if you also want to get the other things. So yeah, the Lord gets you the unique skill Promised Consort.
Imbue the two great swords with the light of Miquella, and then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by columns of light. Additional input allows for 2 follow-up attacks, deals holy damage and scaled off intelligence, which means for my current build, useless.
Not a smart fella.
Otherwise, the Great Sword of Radahn Light. Unique skill is the Light Speed Slash. Assume a luminous form and leap forward to deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. This attack will be followed up by an additional light attack. Charge to increase the power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. Deals physical and magic damage. And then you can get the incantation Light of Miquella. The strength of Miquella upon his deific return, wielded as an incantation, annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced.
You ain't hugging me.
No wonder, as one god and one king consort, it is all the world needs.
And that's me and Ronnie.
Hell yeah.
We rule. You can return to St. Trina in the Garden of Deep Purple. Her body has fallen, and she seems to have perished with her other half. You can then take St. Trina's Blossom, which is a helmet. St. Trina's life withered and fell, as fleeting as the seasons. At her last, she left a single water lily, which slightly boosts max FP. Despite the velvety purple hue, it is in no way poisonous. It just merely blooms in quietude. There is an ending scene, if you walk forward in the battle. Miquella and Radahn are quite young, and he says, Lord brother, I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. So, him and Millennia had a part of the vow, and as long as they held true, Radahn would marry his little brother someday.
It's like The Notebook and then Shadow of the Erdtree in terms of love stories.
It's up there. It's in the
up
top.
there.
It's in the top.
Yeah. Pretty Woman right after that.
Yeah. You also get Circlet of Light. It's a helmet. This Circlet of Light which adorned Miquella's head as he returned in divine aspect. It has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting the power of Miquella's light. It was said to be the very foundation upon which Miquella's Age of Compassion would be built, should it ever come to pass. Yes, faith, intelligence, arcane increased by 1, and boosts the light of Miquella incantation by 10% if you want. There is a cut ending. The dialogue is in the game. Of course, cut content, people have found it. It says, I hereby swear to every living being and every living soul, now comes the age of our Eden, 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion. Beginning here, love encompasses all. No living thing will be denied, no deed censured. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, I am ready to embrace the whole of it. This cut ending contains fully voiced dialogue, as well as various unused animations. Additionally, Miquella says to the Tarnished, if thou covetest the throne, impress my vision upon thine heart. In the new world of thy making, all things will flourish, whether graceful or malign. Based on the placement of the dialogue and the text data dump, this was originally going to be Elden Ring's 7th ending, available after beating the base game's final boss.
Damn.
It doesn't work, though, if Radahn and Miquella are fighting together, so at some point, something changed, possibly later on. I wonder what the original plan. Maybe you have to beat Miquella, and then you can be his consort. Maybe you have to prove that you should be the consort and not Radahn.
Yeah, that's probably it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like finding Miquella, and then you become the consort, fight Radahn, and then you bring in the Age of Compassion with Miquella.
Yeah, I would not mind this 7th ending, but that's just not where it went. The way it is currently set up, it does kind of end abruptly. I was hoping for something more, but it is also Elden Ring, and things just end and things just happen like that.
Yeah.
I think that the battle itself was the payoff I wanted. Yeah. And, that's Shadow of the Erd Tree. There's, of course, a lot more for us to talk about. Elden Dogs will be returning with, I would guess, a 2 or 3 part bestiary, an episode on the new incantations and sorceries. Big couple, three episodes on armaments, I would say. And I want to do an item episode. I was reading through the strategy guides, and it'd be fun to do just to talk about some of the weirder items and tools. There'll be more. And then, yes, Night Rain is around the corner. The board game is around the corner. We'll be continuing to talk about stuff for some time. But as this stands, this was the most difficult boss in the game, I would say.
Yeah. I've watched videos of... I watched a video of somebody no-hitting Radahn the other night, and they do it like cinematic, where they take off all of your health bar and everything's off the screen, and it's just the OTS playing.
Beautiful. And,
dude, it is... Some people are so fucking good at this game.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Elden Ring content lately, actually.
Yeah.
Videos where people only level like one stat.
Interesting.
They start as a wretch and they can only put points in arcane.
Yeah.
And some of these people just like their understanding of like systems. Building is insane. Like the poison hand.
Yeah.
Somebody just only leveled that. You have to get your dexterity to like 12 to wield it.
Yeah.
But like, this game is the game that keeps on giving, because starting my Wretch playthrough, you don't realize how good you get at the game by the time you get to, the end of the DLC. Going back to the beginning, you're just like, you know where everything is.
Yeah.
Maybe because you've recorded hundreds of hours of podcasts about the game.
Possibly.
But I still have some of the early outlines that you sent me when we were talking. So I'll just pull those up and it tells me where things are. It's like having your own personal Fextra life.
I'll probably at some point release all of the outlines, because there's a lot of thousands of pages. Crazy to think about. But suffice it to say, there's a lot more Elden Dogs coming, and then Night Rain is around the corner. Our next episode we record, we will be able to talk about that, probably. But if you want access to all of those episodes immediately, because by the time this hits the main feed, we'll be way further ahead. So check out our Patreon. There's a free trial. We encourage everyone to check it out. Patreon.com/HairTheDogcast. We have a great community, including our Patreon executive producers, Rykard, Chrissynick, Malekip the Black Blade, Blackguard Big Brian Ward, Jordan Hoslow, Sorceress of Blood, Festering Fingerprint Phil Wright, Iron Fist Phil Just Phil. Wait a second. One of those is now Phil Redbear.
Yeah. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler. Bellbearing Hunter, Bryant Ross, Crucible Knight, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Mellismer, the Impaler, Chaos Knight, Horus, D-Man, the Azula Beastman, and of course, Lady Freyja herself is now a Patreon executive producer. Thank you, Tyler.
I just want you to say my name after every episode.
What? And also, it's the only way for you to actually listen to the episodes you record if you want to.
Yeah, I went back and I listened to our Renaissance Fair episode. I was hammered.
You're a brave man. That's Dogs After Dark for those that are listening.
Yeah, I listened to that and the Christmas cut, because my mom's on that one, and I was like, I gotta hear it.
I was asleep in the other room.
You were on it for a second.
I'm like,
you set stuff up and you're like, all right, I'm leaving.
And that has been another glorious episode of Elden Dogs. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. And I can't wait to learn more about the various systems and worlds of Elden Ring. This has been Ansbach.
Lady Freyja's gonna go take a nap.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You should check out Teolia. He's got good stuff.